Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Dr. Rida Shahram Sarver, and under the kind supervision of Professor Dr. Saira Afzal, I will be presenting solid waste disposal and septic tank today. Our quote of today is have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow know what you truly want to become. Steve Jobs. Learning outline, introduction about solid waste, types of solid waste, methods of disposal of solid waste, health impact of solid waste, septic tank, recent update, and MCQs. Learning outcome. By the end of the presentation, participants would be able to have understanding about various means and methods of solid waste disposal, working of septic tank, as well as recent updates. Solid waste and its effects. Solid waste refers to any unwanted product in an environment or from daily items that is not liquid or gas. The solid waste on improper disposal affects the environment in many different ways, such as pollution in air, water, soil, and can block water drains. It can spread diseases like dysentery, cholera, and vector-borne diseases such as malaria and dengue. Two main types of solid waste exist, and this is municipal solid waste and non-municipal solid waste. These two types of waste vary where the waste basically originates. Municipal solid waste includes all items found from homes and businesses that people no longer have any use for. These wastes are commonly called trash or garbage and include items such as food, paper, plastics, textiles, leather, wood, glass, metal, sanitary waste, and septic tanks and other wastes. So basically, this is a picture representation of what municipal solid waste includes. This includes household, retailers, and shops, road sweeping, commercial, or institutional. Non-municipal solid waste, waste that is not created by the community activities or residential commercial establishments are non-municipal solid waste and includes solid waste generated by industries. Sources of solid waste. These include residential, commercial, institutional, and industrial sources. Solid waste classification, it's divided into combustible or non-combustible depending upon whether or not they will burn out. Depending on the inherent dangers associated with its physical and chemical properties, solid waste can be classified as either hazardous or non-hazardous. Methods of solid waste disposal include landfills, incineration, waste compaction, biogas generation, composting, and vermicomposting. This is a pie chart showing the percentage of how much each of those methods is being used. And as you can see, the composting is the main method, followed by sanitary landfill. This is also a picture showing the different methods of waste disposal. Landfills. In this process, the waste that cannot be reused or recycled are separated out and spread out as a thin layer in low-lying areas across the city. A layer of soil is added after each layer of garbage. However, once the process is complete, the area is declared unfit for construction of buildings for the next 20 years. Instead, it can only be used as a playground or as a park. Incineration is the process of controlled combustion of garbage to reduce its incombustible matter such as ash and waste gases. The exhaust gases from this process may be toxic, however, it is treated before being released into the environment. The process reduces the volume of waste by 90% and is considered as one of the most hygienic methods of waste disposal. In some cases, the heat generated is used to produce electricity. However, this process is not environmentally friendly due to the generation of greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. Waste compaction. The waste materials such as cans and plastic bottles are compacted into blocks and sent for recycling. The process prevents the oxidation of metals and reduces airspace needs, thus making transportation and positioning easy. Biogas generation. Biogas waste such as food items, animal waste, or organic industrial waste from food packaging industries are sent to biodegradation plants. In biodegradation plants, they are converted to biogas by degradation with the help of bacteria, fungi, or other microbes. However, the organic matter serves as food for the microorganisms. The degradation can happen aerobically or anaerobically. Biogas is generated as a result of this process, which is used as fuel, and the residue is used as manure. Composting. All organic materials decompose with time. Food scraps, yard waste, etc. make up for one of the major organic wastes we throw every day. The process of composting starts with these organic wastes being buried under layers of soil, and then they are left to decay under the action of microorganisms such as bacteria and fungi. This results in the formation of nutrient-rich manure. Also, this process ensures that nutrients are replenished in the soil. Besides enriching the soil, composting also helps increase the water retention capacity. In agriculture, it is the best alternative to chemical fertilizers. Vermicomposting. Vermicomposting is the process of using worms for the degradation of organic matter into nutrient-rich manure. Worms consume and digest organic matter. The byproducts of digestion, which are excreted out by the worms, make the soil nutrient-rich, thus enhancing the growth of bacteria and fungi. It is also far more effective than traditional composting. What is the purpose of solid waste disposal? The beneficial use of solid waste keeps materials out of landfills and reduces the amount of raw materials used in construction and other industries. It could also generate profits for participating organizations and reduce their disposal costs. Problems of solid waste. Poor waste management, ranging from non-existing collection systems to ineffective disposal, causes air pollution, water and soil contamination. Open and unsanitary landfills contribute to contamination of drinking water and can cause infection and transmit diseases. Solid waste management. This term of solid waste management mainly refers to the complete process of collecting, treating, and disposing of solid waste. In the waste management process, the wastes are collected from different sources and are disposed of. This includes collection, transportation, treatment, analysis, and disposal of the waste. And as you can see in the picture below, it shows different colors of the bin, which are used to highlight the different wastes. Yellow is for paper, purple is for glass, green is for organic matter, and red is for plastic. Six components of solid waste management. The functional elements of solid waste management include on-site storage, processing and handling, collection, transfer and transport, resource recovery, and the final disposal. The seven principles of solid waste management, or the 7 R's of recycling, are recycle, refuse, reduce, reuse, repair, regift, as well as recover. 5 functions of solid waste management, and the hierarchy that is usually adopted starts off with waste minimization and reduction at the source, recycling, waste processing, waste transformation, disposal on land, which is landfilling, and the challenges that are faced in this process include: number 1, lack of infrastructure; number 2, lack of human resources; 3, insufficient budget for solid waste management; 4, limitations of technology; 5, lack of participation in the waste segregation at sources due to low awareness; 7, low waste collection fee; and 8, institution and policy for solid waste management is lacking. Conclusion of solid waste management: the behavior of generating garbage is too dangerous not only for today's generation, but also for future generations. It is critical to educate people and encourage them to practice recycle, reuse, and reduce instead of producing waste. Waste disposal should be a priority for municipalities and governments. 5S and Six Sigma. The 5S pillars include sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. The words in brackets are Japanese words, and Japanese words provide a methodology for organizing, cleaning, developing, and sustaining a productive work environment. The impact of waste management. Poor waste management contributes to climate change and air pollution and directly affects many ecosystems and species. Landfills, considered the last resort in the waste hierarchy, releases methane, a very powerful greenhouse gas which is linked to climate change. This is basically a pyramid which shows the most favored options in green and the least favored in red. So from least to most favored, they follow as disposal, energy recovery, recycling, reuse, minimalization, as well as prevention. Solid waste management policy of Pakistan. The government of Pakistan has decided in October 2021 the target to reduce waste by 50% in GHG emissions by 2030 from 20%. This roadmap for Pakistan's solid waste management sector covers both the management of waste and assessment of greenhouse gases impact. Issue of solid waste management in Pakistan. Pakistan lacks waste management infrastructure like other developing countries, creating some serious environmental problems. Most municipal waste is either burned, dumped, or buried on vacant lots, threatening the health and welfare of the general population. Solid Waste Management Awareness Program. This is basically a poster printed by uh, the government of Pakistan. What is a septic tank? Introduction. A septic tank is an underground chamber made up of concrete, fiberglass, or plastic through which domestic wastewater sewage flows for basic sewage treatment. Setting Settling and anaerobic digestion processes reduce solids and organics, but the treatment and efficiency is only moderate. Septic tank systems are a type of simple on-site sewage facility. They can be used in areas that are not connected to a sewerage system, such as rural areas. The treated liquid effluent is commonly disposed in a septic tank drain field, which provides further treatment. Nonetheless, groundwater pollution may occur and can be a problem. The term septic tank refers to anaerobic bacterial environment that develops in the tank that decomposes or mineralizes the water discharged in the tank. Septic tanks can be coupled with other on-site wastewater treatment units such as biofilters or aerobic systems involving artificially forced aeration. The rate of accumulation of sludge, also called septage or fecal sludge, is faster than the rate of decomposition. Therefore, the accumulated fecal sludge must be periodically removed, which is commonly done with a vacuum truck. Uses of septic tanks. Septic tanks' purpose is to separate solids from wastewater, store and partially decompose as much solid material as possible while allowing the liquid or effluent to go off in the drain field. Types of septic tanks are that the most common types include gravity, pressure distribution, sand filter, and mound systems. Installation of a septic tank. Septic tanks are installed underground, normally 50 meters away from the household. They are usually made of two chambers or compartments and one tank that receives wastewater from an inlet pipe. From those that live in cities and towns, septic tanks are not needed as wastewater and will be transported and dealt with their sewage system. Working of a septic tank. A septic tank will digest organic matter and separate floatable materials such as oils and grease and solids from the wastewater. A septic tank will be connected with two pipes, both for both an inlet and an outlet. The inlet pipe is used to transport the water waste from the house and collect it in the septic tank. The second pipe is the outlet pipe. It can also be called the drain field. This pipe moves out the pre-processed wastewater from the septic tank and spreads it evenly in the soil and the water courses. When the wastewater has been collected after a while, it will begin to separate into three layers. This is basically a diagram which shows you the access risers, the inlet and the outlet pipe, the scum, the effluent, and the sludge, which is collected at the bottom. And also you need to know that the number of compartments in a septic tank generally differ by state and region. In this diagram also you can see more clearly the sewage entering from the house and then the wastewater goes into the drain field. There's two inspection pipes and then you can see the scum, wastewater and sludge going off and the contents of the septic tank stratify into three layers. First is the floating scum layer which includes soap, greases, toilet paper, etc. The middle layer contains wastewater along with waste particles. The third and bottom layer consists of particles that are heavier than water and form a layer of sludge. Bacteria inside the tank does its best to break down the solid waste, which then allows liquids to separate and drain away easily. What is left at the bottom of the tank is what needs to be periodically removed as part of general maintenance. This is one of the reasons why septic tank is only a basic form of sewage treatment. The step-by-step working of a septic tank. Number one, water from your kitchen, bathroom, etc. runs through one main drainage pipe leading to your septic tank. Two, underground the septic tank starts the process of holding the wastewater. It needs to hold this long enough so the solids settle down to the bottom while the oil and grease flows to the top. Three, after this process, the liquid wastewater, also known as the effluent, will then be able to exit the tank into the drain field. The wastewater is discharged through pipes onto the porous surfaces. These allow wastewater to filter through the soil. 5. The soil accepts, treats, and disperses wastewater as it percolates through the soil, ultimately discharging to groundwater. 6. Finally, the wastewater percolates into the soil, naturally removing harmful coliform bacteria, viruses, and nutrients. Recent updates. Solid waste treatment and disposal effects on public health and environmental safety. Abstract. The safety and acceptability of many widely used solid waste management practices are of serious concern from the public health point of view. Such concerns stem from both distrust of policies and solutions proposed by all tiers of the government for management of solid waste and perception that many solid waste managed facilities use poor operating procedures. Waste management practice that currently encompass disposal, treatment, reduction, recycling, segregation, and modification has developed over the past 150 years. Before that, and in numerous more recent situations, all waste products were handled by their producers using simple disposal method, including terrestrial dumping into both fresh and marine waters, and uncontrolled burning. In spite of the ever increasing industrialization and urbanization, the dumping of solid waste, particularly in landfills, remains a prominent means of disposal and problem. Septic tank additive impacts on microbial population. Abstract. Environmental health specialists and other on site wastewater professionals, scientists, homeowners have questioned the effectiveness of septic tank additives. This paper describes an independent third party field scale research study of the effects of three liquid bacterial septic tank additives and a control additive on septic tank microbial populations. Microbial populations were measured quarterly in a field study for 12 months in 48 full size functioning septic tanks. Bacterial populations of the 48 septic tanks were statistically analyzed with a mixed linear model. Additive effects were assessed for three septic tank maintenance levels: low, intermediate, and high. Now coming to the MCQs. Question number 1. Municipal solid waste includes all items from homes and businesses that people no longer have any use for. Which of the following solid waste describes the term municipal solid waste? A. Toxic, B. Hazardous, C. Non toxic, D. Non hazardous, or E. Recyclable?
B.
The answer is D. Non hazardous, because it's coming from the household. Question 2. It is critical to educate people and encourage them to practice recycle, reuse, and reduce instead of reducing waste. Which of the following is done on an individual level? A. Burning, B. Disposal, C. Recycling, D. Source reduction, or E. Energy production?
C.
C.
The answer is
C.
D. The answer is D. Question 3. In the waste management process, the wastes are collected from different sources and are disposed of. This process includes collection, transportation, treatment, analysis, and disposal of waste. Which of the following plan is used as the waste management plan? A. Plan for reuse. B. The integrated plan. C. Plan for recycling. D. The plan for reducing, or E. Energy production plan.
B.
C.
Yes, the answer is B. Question 4. Poor waste management ranging from non-existing collection systems to ineffective disposal causes air pollution, water and soil contamination. The process of burning municipal solid waste under suitable temperature and conditions in a specific furnace is called A. Landfill, B. Incineration, C. Recycling, D. Vermicomposting, or E. Composting.
C.
No, the process is incineration because it's burning. Question 5. Depending on the inherent dangers associated with the physical and chemical properties, solid waste management can be classified as either hazardous or non hazardous. The burning of solid waste is not recommended because A. It is very costly, B. It requires a lot of space, C. It requires modern technologies, D. It causes severe environmental issues, or E, it's not an effective method?
C,
No, the answer is D. It causes environmental issues because burning releases a lot of greenhouse gases. Question 6. Solid waste refers to any unwanted product in our environment or from our daily items that is not liquid or gas. Which of the following is the oldest and most common method used to dump solid waste in? A. Rivers, B. Oceans, C. Landfills, D. Storehouses, or E. Ponds?
C, C,
C.
C.
Yes, the answer is C. Question 7. Poor waste management contributes to climate change and air pollution and directly affects many ecosystems and species. Which of the following gas is produced in open dumps from the decomposition of biodegradable wastes? A. Nitrogen, B. Methane, C. Hydrogen, D. Helium, or E. Sulfur?
B,
Yes, the answer is B. Question 8. The solid waste on improper disposal affects the environment in many different ways, such as the pollution in the air, water, soil, and can block water drains. Which of the following is the simplest and most common method used in cities to dump the waste that are collected? Manure pit, B. Burial, C. Landfill, D. Dumping, or E. Incineration?
D,
No, the answer is landfill, C. Question 9. A septic tank is an underground chamber made of concrete, fiberglass, or plastic through which domestic wastewater sewage flows through basic sewage treatment. Septic tank, which is a kind of water treatment, basically is A, either an aerobic method of on-site sewage treatment, B, an anaerobic method of on-site sewage treatment, C, physical method of sewage water treatment, D, physiochemical method of sewage water treatment, or E, specialized sustainable method?
B,
Yes, the answer is B. Question 10. Septic tank's purpose is to separate solids from wastewater, store and partially decompose as much solid waste material as possible, which allows the liquid or effluent to go to the drain field. Septic tank involves sedimentation alone, B. Sedimentation plus sludge digestion, C. Sludge digestion alone, D. Sewage aeration plus sedimentation, or E. Diffusion and irrigation?
B,
Yes, the answer is B. This is the key. These are my references. And this is the link to our YouTube channel. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very nice presentation and a very comprehensive one. And I am looking at the slides. All the slides are beautifully designed, and there is a lot of important points, learning points in each and every slide. So very well done. And Dr. Reda, you have done a wonderful presentation. And I'm also very glad that Dr. Hussain has given maximum correct answers. So very well done, Dr. Hussain. I am so glad that all my students, they are working very hard, and from the very senior to the junior most, everyone is very keen for the professional development and to learn more. It is a difficult presentation, as if I am given a chance to present anything or to leave anything, perhaps I would leave these solid waste managements and this type of things, and in regulatory authorities even I raised my voice that this should be omitted from the curriculum, because as a doctors, I think that it is beyond our scope to design septic tanks and to do something about these important things. However, from the environmental point of view, from the point of view of living in a safe environment, and to develop a generation of those people who can do something to avoid air pollution, water pollution, and to decrease the health hazards. I think this is something that should be known to each and everybody who, not only the scientist, but to each and every person who is living on Earth. So very well done, everyone. Thank you once again for presenting it very well as for your active participation, listening, and giving correct answers.
Thank you so
So
much,
see
ma'am.
you in the class.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
ma'am.
Allah Hafiz.
Thank you, ma'am. Khuda Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.